exits service is able to be paid his pension. That's where our main concern is. We have been here as directors under the able leadership of Chairman Honorable Hamati from February 2023 up to today. And I can assure you the much we have done cannot turn around that factory. That factory requires substantial amount of money. And as I've already told you, the sugar reforms as were passed by cabinet and approved by the National Assembly cannot now allow government to do any substantial investment in the sugar factories, because the argument here is that the government is not in the business of doing business. Government is not in the business of doing business. It is only there to provide opportunities for people to get employment. Therefore, I just want to highlight and say that let us allow this process to go on, more or less like the chairman has well explained, provided everything is done above board and nobody is pushed aside. That's all I wanted to add. Thank you very much, Chairman. As mentioned earlier, my name is CPA Rongotu. I'm the Managing Director of the company. What has been highlighted by the Chairman is true that the leasing process kicked off. This started on 28th of February when the tender documents were put on the press. It was an international tender which was issued. Chairman has already highlighted that the privatization of these mills started a long time ago during Moi's era, and it has gone full cycle, about 2 decades. We're grateful that when this government came in, the first priority was the revitalization of the sugar industry, which actually came in with reforms. All of us are aware that we have a new Sugar Act which came into place last year. We are now developing regulations for the industry, which have gone already through the public participation. And Sugar Board is now also in place, which will be able to drive most of the reforms that are required in the sugar industry. So the opening of the tender was done on 25th, the day before yesterday. The tenders were opened for all the 4 state millers, which were put up for leasing. And on the leasing model, for those who have taken time to look at it, the tender document and the addendum which was put forward is that there was an improvement, because there was only one concession which was given, and the concession was only on sugar. For every ton of sugar produced, the government was to get some concession fee. But when we met as a committee under the leadership of the National Treasury, together with the Ministry of Agriculture, together with the millers, we agreed that the scope be expanded to include molasses per ton. The government is going to get a concession fee. Also, if you looked at the addendum, there is also goodwill, because the person coming in will find that already there is infrastructure laid. Chairman has already mentioned some of the infrastructure that we have. We already have cane that is there in the nucleus estate, close to around 2,100 hectares under cane. We already have the stadium. We already have very many other facilities, even staff houses that are there already. So there will be an element of goodwill which will be negotiated. Already the bidders were asked that they should be able to come up with a figure for that. There is also the other issue of the lease rentals. When you talk of the lease rentals, we are looking at the acreage. Nzoia Sugar has the largest acreage in the 4 state mills. We have 4,629 actually hectares. And what is under cane is 3,600. That is the arable land. The rest, those facilities are taking the rest of the is underway. That is what we have received from parent ministry, and this committee will look into the interest. One, the chairman has mentioned about the interest of workers. We know workers have gone for a long time without getting paid. So that is one of the major issues. And in that committee, we are aware that they are going to be the leaders. There will be representatives from the workers, and that is the union, which will sit in that committee to be able to articulate any issues relating to staff. Already, there is a commitment from government to pay staff. All of us are aware that this matter, when it went to cabinet, it was discussed, it went to parliament. There was a document which came out of parliament, which actually looked at the issue of picking up all the arrears before the new lessor comes in, the person who is going to lease the factory. So there is that which is very key on staff matters. The second one will be about farmers. Farmers also is very key because they're the providers of the raw material. And at this point, we want to assure them, farmers together with workers, that anything that will be pending to the point of us signing the contract together with the new lessor, we have been assured by the National Treasury. I want to assure them that they are going to be paid to the last penny, and all their concerns are going to be taken care of, because that is one of the key areas which actually the government is very keen on, to ensure that the farmer does not suffer because he has toiled and brought his cane. The challenge that we have had, my directors have mentioned together with the chairman, that the factory started very well. It peaked well when it started in 2023 after the 6 months closure because of lack of cane. We were able to get very good efficiencies, but along the line, we got problems with our boilers. Have not been able to mill efficiently. Now, what is Nzoia Sugar doing about it? We went up to the ministry level, we went even up to parliament to be able to follow up. We want to really sincerely thank the government for this and appreciate them, because one, they cleared 269 million which was owed in phase one by farmers before we started milling. They also paid 150 million towards workers, and even as late as last year they gave us another 50 million to be able to pay workers. What we want to report to you again is that also we received some 46 million towards maintenance or rehabilitation of the factory, that is the boiler specifically. We were able to put a tender out, and we got a manufacturer from India to be able to manufacture for us the boiler tubes, together with the rollers, that is for the mills, mill 1 to mill 5. We are happy to report that these items, partly the rollers have arrived. They are at the port of Mombasa. We are organizing how to clear them and to bring them to site. Two, the issue of the boiler tubes is almost completely, they have finished manufacturing, and they have reported to us that in the next 25 days, the items should be at the port of Mombasa. So we are geared towards doing a mini maintenance, actually in the month of May, to be able to improve those efficiencies. So as we meet farmers, will be calm. They should not get worried about who is going to pay them, because the government already, if you look at the tender documents, there is a commitment, and also they are writing a commitment letter to all of us to ensure that nobody is going to be left out. This committee that is going to be formed also will also look at some of those issues to ensure that the farmer is well catered for, the worker is well catered for, and even the suppliers who supply most of the items to the factory, they should not get worried, because there is a pending bills committee which is looking at all the pending bills, and it has actually been fast-tracked to be able to ensure that what is payable, so that it can be factored in, so that they can also get paid. So we want to appreciate all of the leaders in Bungoma. We were fighting the budget, they were the ministry, because there is an allocation which we received from the ministry of about 250 million, which are actually following up closely. This will help in terms of ensuring that we stabilize operations, because there are things like electricity which needs to be paid for now that we are not milling. There are issues like security because we have to secure those assets. There are issues like ensure that we have smooth operations of few of other operations in the factory. So this is expecting we'll be following it closely together with them that the factory doesn't suffer in any case. So thank you so much. That is what I can basically tell you. Unless there are questions.
Like two questions. You are talking about leasing. You haven't told us, tell us about how long the investor can is after leasing.
Maybe from the list, what I can say, it is all of download. It is the Minister for the PP site. The lease supposed to be for purchase. The lease also of every year there will be evaluation of the contract. The contract will be evaluated to ensure that what was agreed between the government and the lessor, that he has adhered to those conditions which have been put in terms of the individual investment, because he will come with an initial investment. What is he bringing? Has he been able to bring that investment? How is the milling going on in terms of, because government is interested, they will get something from the sugar and also they'll get something from molasses. So they will also be interested partners in the issue. The list
maybe naona chini wanasema kupeleka kazi ya kulima vile. So mambo ya leasing. The issue was it done? And another one is because yale ambayo baada
ya malipo yako sasa kwa milioni 270. Hiyo ni malipizi ambayo ndio tumekuwa tunatoa kwamba ukiwafanya naposema bilioni 2.2 namaanisha ya kwamba hata ile ya kwanza, kwa sababu nilielezea kwamba tumepata shilingi milioni 200 peke yake. Kwa ile ya kwanza pesa ambayo serikali ilikuwa imechukua ilikuwa bilioni 1.8. So kwa hiyo bilioni 1.8 serikali imelipa shilingi bilioni 200. Ukisema bilioni 2 na yote ambayo wanafanya kweli. Nashukuru mkuuliza swali hilo. Ni kweli ya kwamba sisi pamoja na board, hata chairman akaelezea ya kwamba tumeweza kuzungumza pamoja na wafanyakazi wetu, na ndio tunaona kwamba tunawazungumzia kwa sababu muhimu ya kwamba staff muhimu kwa maana tu itaweza kuaffect directly, na tumeelezea hatua ambayo serikali imechukua, mahali tumetoka, mahali tulipo, wako na habari na taarifa kamili. So jambo hili wamepokea na mikono miwili. Jambo tu ambalo lilikuwa kwao ni kwamba malipo yetu yatalipwa namna gani. Ndio hiyo tunasema kwamba tuna mwakilishi wafanyakazi pale pamoja na sisi wa pale, tutawakilishwa pale kila hizi viwanda wakilishwa pale ili ya kuhakikisha inaenda sambamba jinsi ya kwenda, na tuweze kuwa na handshake ya kwa sisi tunapopeana, na kisha pia wafanyakazi wetu tucha kuongeza pia katika document hiyo ambapo pale tunahakikishiwa kwamba 90% ya wafanyakazi watakuwa ni wenye kutoka hapa, ni wale ambao wako pamoja nasi, unless yule mfanyakazi ambaye baada ya kulipwa pesa zake atasema mimi nimeona saa zingine nimefika miaka 58 karibu naenda nyumbani. Kama kutakuwa na ile package inaitwa voluntary early retirement, basi aweze kuchukua mapema ili aamue sasa yule mpya ambaye anakuja kuchukua kiwanda, angalia kama endelea naye amua. The leasing process, we are about that because it's being done at the ministry level. That might take time. We might say how many times the opening, then the tender, then some 15 days that they have to give according to the public procurement supposed to act, and after that, to contract negotiation. It's still a why we is this committee to really meet and ensure that with that issue, maybe I'll ask maybe also the chairman. Let me answer his second question. You please. On the issue of matters in court, I don't think we have any case pending in court as we speak. There was only one case which was filed after the initial bids were floated last year, and it was dismissed. The case was dismissed, and that court was that sufficient public participation in reference to the all as privatization. All the courts as of participation is already taken care of in the court. Maybe unless there are other clauses as provided for in the legal document. In terms of matters in as the now stop process. Nothing. Zero.
Maybe before the summary, do you think
I want to speak from 2 points of view.
Chairman, ukiongezea tu pengine swali langu pia utachanganya pamoja. Swali langu ni mmekuwa uongozini kwa huu muda wote na madeni zaidi ya miezi 25 na nyinyi mkuu uongozini, pengine wakulima hawa na wafanyikazi, kwa nini hamkuweza kuwatendea haki wakati wa uongozi wenu, na mnahakikisha gani kwa wakulima hawa hata baada ya kwenda hiki kwa kitaenda watalipwa yale madeni?
Mwisho tunadhani huu ni uamuzi mpaka kwa kiwanda cha Nzoia, kizingatia kwamba kuna wakulima wanaodai na wafanyakazi wanaodai, ni uamuzi mpaka kwa saizi.
Pengine hamkunielewa vizuri. Nilisema process ile inaendelea. Process. Ongoing process. It's not covering formulas, soya, chemical. Okay. We have concerns. And our concern is that it's done transparently. Right now, the process has been done in Nairobi. We are hearing all types of rumors. We don't want to discuss those rumors. Pension. Kuna hakikisho gani ya pension kulipa? And my concern